Avatar, The Way of Water. I'm still on Avatar 2. I haven't seen Avatar 3 yet. I have to get out to the theater next month or soon. It's still in the theaters. There's one showing. I like waiting for Disney Plus. I don't go for theater experiences too often because there's groupthink that happens. It's enjoyable sometimes. It's tough to show emotions in the theater. You cry and laugh and whatnot. I was thinking of what happens in Avatar 2 or who to talk about. Because I'm still enjoying Avatar 2 and it's confusing. But the Colonel goes on an empathy journey. Avatar 1, people were going on empathy journeys. Jake Sully empathized and became a Na'vi. The Colonel, there was no way to do that. There was zero empathy with the Colonel. He wanted all the Na'vi to die. His planet needed resources, and he just wanted all of them to just die on the spot. So it's kind of amazing writing. In part 2, he's forced. It's like all the characters he's dragging everyone to the good place or the good spot, and the Colonel's dragging his feet. So in part 2, they literally make him a Na'vi. He's not gonna do the empathy journey and see it from their side. That it might be an anti-war message. You can't go around shooting folks and tearing up the land. And he literally has to be put into the shoes of a Na'vi to see it. He has to switch sides, and he doesn't. It makes me look at the end a little sideways too, because he's going after Jake Sully's family. He started to do it. He started to see things a little differently, where he was on the beach and he said, I don't need to destroy the entire camp. There's no reason. There's no reason for us to do that. He was just going to burn their houses down. But what sticks out to me is that usually when characters die, and he dies and comes back as a Blue Na'vi, generally they come back purified in some way. Like in Lord of the Rings with Gandalf the White. They learn something. It's like they went on their own quest, died, and now they're back to share all the good wisdom with everyone. And it's a little silly. He wakes up and he sees all of his friends as the blue enemy. So what does that mean exactly? Blue is seen as something healing. It's calming. My favorite color is green. And I used to think green was that. But when you look it up, I remember a long time ago I looked it up, and it's generally seen as a type of poison or illness. And you look around and it's like, but plants. It's earthy and illness, green. But blue is healing and calming, peaceful. And I think that's what the story's trying to drag everybody to, is being a blue Na'vi. Um, I think the big question is, what progress did the Colonel make by the end of the movie? Because he loses his family. The first one he lost, I can't wait to see the next one. The first one he lost his life. The second one he lost his family. And he's still on Pandora. There's no, I don't think that character intends on going back to Earth. And what's interesting, what's interesting is that even though that he's the villain of the story, he's thinking about an entire planet worth of people. He's willing to sacrifice an entire planet worth of people, is the problem. So, he needs, I think, the Colonel learning his lesson is a big shortcut to all sorts of people figuring it out, of a sort of balance in the world where they can't tear up the land. I did a drive across the country, and I was amazed of how much land there is, unused land. And it makes me wonder about what they mean by landfills and whatnot. I didn't see any landfills on my drive, so I don't know about that one. It's an odd story beat. The idea that the Colonel's the villain and he's looking after everyone, whereas Jake Sully is he's chasing the princess, and then he's trying to enjoy his family as if there isn't a war happening. Jake Sully, in a way, Jake Sully's a deserter. He goes full civilian, and then he starts defending his home. So, in a way, Jake Sully has an outside opinion on what's happening on Pandora. But that doesn't negate the idea that he's in the wrong. If you follow the Colonel's plan, Earth is tapped for resources, and then Earth dies. So he's going to go to Pandora And he's going to grab the unobtainium, the unobtainable thing that they need. And Earthlings will live again. Jake Sully is basically saying Earth is dead. The old planet is gone. It's time to move on. You could live a happy life. You can convert over to Home Tree and become a blue Na'vi. So it's about the preservation of a species, basically. Or is it bad to have a species change into something else? Is the question. You see it, lab-grown fruits are in your grocery store. They don't taste as good. Would people die? Did Jake Sully die? That's a great question. As a human, yeah. Holy cow. Did Jake Sully die? If all of Earth shows up on Pandora and asks, can we join you, Na'vi, in peace? We lost our planet. Does humanity die? Is that a horrible thing? Is those same people, those same souls, they just look different. This is starting to... I hate to say it. What is the movie? Who's coming? Guess who's coming to dinner? Sidney Poitier. They did not want that black man showing up at their dinner table. Spencer Tracy did not want him at his dinner table. I haven't seen the movie. I don't think it's too much of a different argument. But no, those are still people. You know what is partly what's healing about it is that the Na'vi are pretty. The Na'vi are really pretty. They're big and tall. They're slim. All the muscles they're buff. Na'vi don't age. they they show signs of when it's time to go back to home tree, but they don't get wrinkly, old, and weaker. Their body doesn't die off. An old Na'vi is just as strong as a young Na'vi. They're more natural. It's interesting.